You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Belgium's message to Trump after knocking US out of World Cup drops jaws. They cooked, based on an article by Alexander Willis. Trump turned a match into a gaffe machine. The real actor was not the field. The source event is straightforward. The United States lost 4-1 to Belgium and was eliminated, while Belgium's social account mocked Donald Trump would overturn this after his interference in a one-game suspension was successfully reversed through FIFA. That is the context. The political meaning is larger. Trump used institutional pressure to reach into a sporting process he had no business shaping, and the result was not competence but humiliation. Power, not confusion. This was not random meddling. Trump and his inner circle pressed FIFA officials, and FIFA complied by overturning the suspension. That is the core fact pattern. The decisive power was not with the players, the fans, or some vague controversy. It sat with Trump's office, his access, and the leverage that comes with proximity to global institutions willing to bend. The article's framing treats the episode like a stunt that boomeranged. It is worse than that. It shows how easily elite institutions accommodate political pressure when it comes from a president. The scandal is the interference. The cleanest lesson is not that Belgium was witty on X. It is that a sports body changed course after presidential meddling. That is the abuse of influence. The fact that Trump then got publicly mocked only makes the original act more visible. The embarrassment is a symptom. The disease is the willingness of FIFA to entertain pressure from political power and then present the outcome as normal procedure. Misdirection through spectacle. The social media pylon shifts attention toward the burn line, the meme, the cleverness of the reply. That is the comfortable layer. It flatters spectators while leaving the actual mechanism intact. The relevant story is not that Belgium cooked Trump online. It is that a president injected himself into a competitive process, a governing body yielded, and then the resulting fiasco was converted into entertainment. That is how institutional degradation gets laundered into content. Humiliation is not accountability. Trump's intervention produced the kind of spectacle his political style depends on: chaos, escalation, and attention. But attention is not accountability. The people who made the decision were the ones with authority to alter the suspension. The people who enabled it were the officials willing to cave. The loss to Belgium merely exposed the price of that deference in public. The United States was not just beaten on the scoreboard. It was made to look like a country whose institutions can be bent for one man's vanity. The pattern. This is the familiar authoritarian pattern in miniature. Personal power intrudes into institutional processes, gatekeepers accommodate it, and everyone is left reacting to the theater instead of naming the breach. The scoreline will fade, but precedent should not. When political power can reach into a supposedly separate domain and get a ruling reversed, the problem is not satire, and it is not bad luck. It is capture. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article, with the automated voice of Ryan. Thanks for listening.